Hey, my name is attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA, an Orlando, Orange County-based Social Security disability law firm. Let's go ahead and begin. All right, so the questions that I'm going through are the 20 most asked questions, okay, that were asked by people, usually claimants, to the Social Security Administration. They were asked to have them go ahead and respond, give information so that people would know. What I'm doing is I'm annotating them. I'm annotating them so that you have information about how these questions work and things like that, because I have the little chart here of the 20 most asked questions, and frankly, they're just, the answers are very and to be fair, the answers are good answers, they're correct, but they're very simplified. And because they're so simplified, when I look at it, I think, oh, this might be misleading because you got this and this. But the reality is, I'm going to go ahead and give you a whole lot more information about how this question works. Let's begin. How do I earn Social Security credits, and how many do I need to qualify for benefits? That's easy, okay? How do you earn them? You earn them by paying taxes on money that you earn. You earn quarters of coverage through the Social Security Administration by earning money. I'm digging a hole. I get paid. Some of that money goes to the federal government, paid for taxes. That is how you earn quarters of coverage, okay? Quarters of coverage go up in price as the years go forward, okay? So let me see if they have one on here. They have 2016 quarter of coverage cost $1,260, which is correct. In 2016, you had to basically earn so much money and pay taxes on it, for that amount of money that you earn. So you earn that, you pay taxes on it, and then you get a quarter of coverage, okay? So you're out there with your shovel, you're digging. You've now earned, and let's just make it a number, $1,500, right? And then they go, well, actually, with the taxes being as ridiculous as the taxes are at this point, let's make it even more realistic, because the taxes would take more than that. Let's say you earned $1,800, okay? You then go ahead and pay your taxes. You got your state taxes, you got your federal taxes, you got your reemployment taxes, you've got your county special zoning for low income, rejuvenation tax. You got all these taxes that pretty much, make it so that businesses can't grow well, but hey, the government sure does, doesn't it? So you're paying out all these taxes, right? You're doing this thing, you earn money, you paid out taxes, you did your right thing as an American, you did the American thing. And what you did at that point is you paid into the federal government, which means that if you've earned that much money, within that amount of money, you earned $1,260, which means you get to have one quarter of coverage. One quarter of coverage. One quarter of coverage. All right, so let's talk about that, okay? 1 quarter of coverage, you can get up to 4 per year. Is that a bad law, to be able to get up to 4 quarters of coverage per year? I personally believe that it is a bad law, but I'm going to do another video on that. I believe that a person should be able to earn more quarters of coverage per year, okay? All right, now let's go ahead and talk about this. So you can earn up to 4 quarters of coverage per year. Well, how many quarters of coverage do I need anyways? What's the whole point of this thing? You need quarters of coverage, and every year that you get older, they add on another quarter of coverage that you need. If you're in your 20s and 30s, the quarter of coverage rules are a little bit different, because they had to make it easier for you to have less quarters of coverage to go ahead and get onto the Social Security Disability Insurance Program or other programs that exist out there. However, when you start getting into the 40s and the 50s and the early 60s territory, the quarters of coverage are set in place by age. By age, okay? Now, there are some weird little rules about if you're born before this date or blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine, whatever. But for the average American at this point, 40s, 50s, and 60s, you look up the chart online. You say, quarters of coverage by age chart. Google it, Bing it, Yahoo it, DuckDuckGo it, whatever it. Go and do that. And you'll see, for your particular age, how many quarters of coverage you need. Okay, so let's go back to the question, how do I earn Social Security credits, and how many do I need to qualify for benefits? How many you need to qualify for benefits is dictated by your age. Dictated by your age. How many quarters of coverage you have means how many times you have earned In 2016, that $1,260. And in 2017, how many times you earned a little bit more than that amount? 2018, a little bit more than that amount, okay? So how do you get your 4 quarters per year? You earn $1,260 times 4, that you earn money and pay taxes on it in 2016. That's how you get them. Now let's talk about that real quick. Why the heck are these quarters of coverage really necessary or important? Why do I need them? It's because that's the program that they set up for you as an American to go ahead and be able to get onto these other Title II and different federal programs that allow you realistically to get benefits like money benefits, insurance benefits, stuff like that. So let's talk about that. Let's say, and I want to mention something real quick. If you get 40 quarters of coverage, bing, 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 ring the bell, you've done very well. You don't ever need more than that. However, for some of these programs, there's a current requirement, like a requirement that you recently earned some of these quarters of coverage. Because remember, you can keep earning and earn. You could earn 100 quarters of coverage. But with some of these programs, you have to earn so many within the past so many years, like 20 within the past 10 years, in order to be covered by Social Security disability insurance. There are these little caveats that you need to know about. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about that. How do you earn 20 quarters of coverage? Well, you could do it in, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So basically, in 5 years, you have the potential of earning all those quarters of coverage of that 20 that you would need for the current requirement. However, with that said, if you get 40 quarters of coverage, it is very likely that you earn them and you're applying for Social Security disability insurance benefits within some proximity to when you became disabled. Because a lot of people, they become disabled, they go and apply for it. But that's not to say that there aren't a lot of people that have a spouse that's just been paying their way for years, and paying their way, right? And then their spouse doesn't realize that what they're doing is actually hurting their the disabled individual, because that disabled individual should have applied for Social Security disability benefits, gone and begun that process, gone to a lot of medical, physicians' offices and things like that, because that being current requirement could really nip them in the butt. So just be aware that that is something that could get some people. All right, so how do I earn Social Security credits? Cool, you work, you pay taxes on it. We went through how much it is in 2016 and how many do I need to qualify for benefits. Cool, we already talked, there's a chart. You might need, if you're in your 40s, a certain amount, such as 30-something quarters of coverage, or if you're in your 50s, you might need 30-something quarters of coverage, or whatever. The point is, just look up the chart. It'll go ahead and tell you. At some point, I'll make a video for each and every single one. That way, you know it. In fact, on my fee agreement, the one that I sign with people as an attorney, I have that chart right on it. So I go through it. That way, people understand exactly how many quarters of coverage they need for their age. Now, even if you don't have enough quarters of coverage for your age, but you're really, really close, that's okay. It just moves your DLI back a little bit, and an attorney can work with you on getting you set up to still prove before your DLI ended, okay, your date last insured, that you were in fact disabled, so long as you have a good amount of medical evidence from different physicians to provide to the Social Security Administration or an adjudicator with them to show that de facto you are in fact disabled and you were prior to the end of the date last insured. All right, I've annotated the heckaroo out of this question. Some of it was confusing. I can feel myself doing little repetitive circles all over the place, but if you want another video on it, that's fine. Shoot me an email, give me a call, just put something in the comments, and we will go from there. If you'd like the most up-to-date information, you'd like a free consultation or a custom video, let me know. My name is Attorney Walter Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA, an Orlando, Orange County-based Social Security disability law firm. You have an absolutely wonderful day, and we will go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.